My defenders team had Namor with Rip It Up for 140 points, Colossus at 100 points, Iceman 95 points, Beast at 59 points, Ghost Rider at 85, with the defenders ATA for a total of 499. The Brotherhood had Magneto at 113 points, Mystique at 86, Sabretooth with automatic regeneration at 81, Blob at 76, Pyro at 74, and Toad for 67. And that gives a total of 497. So my plan for deployment was to keep Colossus next to Ghost Rider, so Ghost Rider could transport Colossus. Namor and Beast close together. They were the only two with the Defenders team symbol, so I wanted them to keep close so they could take each other's defense. I also had Iceman by himself because he had the highest movement, and he also had running shot, so I figured it would be best to be alone. He'd be able to catch up. So the Brotherhood deployment was my opponent's. Not too sure what the game plan was, but I know they used a divide and conquer strategy. Magneto was doing a lot of running shots in our game, so I maybe should clear the path for him. So here we see the map from a bird's eye view. We got the Defenders on the left and the Brotherhood on the right. Before I start talking about the turn, I would like to note that we were using battlefield conditions. I was using white noise and she had picked assembled. So that affected the game a little bit. If you don't know what they do, I do have a pop-up there that will show you what they do. So my turn was a rather simple one. It was a movement turn. Now Namor's ability allows you to move through water terrain if defenders start next to him. So Ghost Rider picked up Colossus and dropped him off on the heavy object. Namor picked up Beast and dropped him off by the bush, landing himself on a heavy object, and Iceman stood beside to get the additional attack from the defender's ATA, and he hoped to get some defense from the bushes as well. Beast did try to perplex Colossus's defense, however the white noise interfered and he was unable to do so. So the Brotherhood did come out strong. Due to some poor planning on my part, I put my guys a little too close, and Magneto took advantage of that. He succeeded a running shot against Colossus. He did need a team reroll, which he gave the token to Sabretooth. So he did hit Colossus for 4 damage, and Colossus Invincible reduced that to 2. The rest of the team moved up with the Brotherhood team symbol, and Toad actually did base Iceman over there on the left side. Mystique also did try to perplex her own defense, but failed due to the white noise. So in turn 2, the defenders went on the offensive. Beast tried to perplex his attack value, but he failed due to the white noise again. And then he did a charge on Pyro and hit him for, I believe it was 3. And then Colossus followed with a charge and hit him with a heavy object and finished him off. Now I did this because I had fought Pyro before and I knew how he was if you left him alone. The rest of our team rested that turn, and that ended it. So my opponent rested with all her team, and these are just some shots of the action so far. You see the defenders there in the water with Toad, and there's the general layout of the whole battle so far. I started my turn with Namor. He used his move and attack ability to attack Toad. Now he did miss that attack, so I used Ghost Rider to ride up beside using running shot and hit with a penetrating psychic blast on Toad, doing 3. Then I finished him off with Iceman, doing a just straight up close combat attack. After that attack, Colossus charged Mystique. Now she got shape changed, but she failed that roll, and Colossus managed to hit her for 3 damage, and then Beast rests, and that ended that turn for me. So on my opponent's next turn, she moves Sabretooth over to Beast. On the right there, you can see a little bit of him. The next picture shows a little bit better. And you can't see Magneto, but he did move and do a running shot on Colossus for another 2 damage because of his invulnerability. Now Mystique did try and outwit, but the white noise stopped her. Blob followed up with a heavy object to Colossus's head, knocking him out. He did have to use a team reroll though, and the action token was given to Mystique. Here we have a little bit more of a shot of how the action's looking so far. In the 4th turn, Beast tried to perplex up his damage value, but he failed due to the white noise again. Then he tried to attack Sabretooth, and he missed his attack. I then rested the remaining defenders, ending my turn. On my opponent's turn, Mystique tried to outwit the move and attack ability of Namor, but she failed due to the white noise, and then she just decided to rest her entire team. In turn 5, Namor used his Rip It Up to grab himself a light object, then he used Move and Attack to hit Sabretooth for 4 damage. He then retreated back behind Beast. Iceman then followed up, hitting Magneto with his Frozen in Place ability. He did need a team reroll, which I gave the token to Ghost Rider, and he did 1 damage and gave Magneto the action token. After that, Beast rested, and that ended my turn. On the Brotherhood's turn 5, Sabretooth opened up the turn by healing 3 clicks of life. He did that with his automatic regeneration and his regular regeneration. Blob followed up with a charge attack on Beast, which he managed to do and deal 3 damage. However, Beast's toughness absorbed 1 of that. Mystique tried to outwit Iceman's defensive ability, but failed due to the white noise. She then tried to shoot at him, but also failed. Magneto rested, and that ended the Brotherhood's turn. On turn 6, Beast attacked Sabretooth, dealing 2, but Sabretooth's toughness ability absorbed 1 of that, and the rest of my team was forced to clear. In the Brotherhood's turn, Magneto moved up to base Namor and Iceman, and Mystique outwitted Iceman's Frozen in Place ability, and the rest of their team had to rest as well. So turn 7 started with Ghost Rider doing a running shot with Psychic Blast on Sabretooth, dealing 3 penetrating damage to him. Namor then grabbed himself a light object using Rip It Up and slammed it into Magneto, knocking him back. The attack did 5 damage, but it was reduced by 2 due to Magneto's invulnerability. Iceman followed up by forming a giant ice bat and slamming Magneto right out of the game. The attack did 3 damage, but it was a critical hit, so it did an extra 1. Now that was reduced by his toughness, but it still did enough to knock him out and knock him back. Beast then rested, and that was the end of my turn. With Magneto out of the way, Mystique was able to outwit Namor's defensive ability, and then she managed to shoot him, dealing 2 damage to him. The Blob missed Namor, even with a team reroll that was given to him by Sabretooth. It's also worth noting that Sabretooth did try to use his automatic regeneration, but he rolled a 1, so he didn't heal any. In turn 8, Beast finally got rid of Sabretooth. The rest of the defenders rested, as did the Brotherhood. However, before Mystique rested, she did outwit Iceman's freeze ability. At the start of Defender's turn 9, Ghost Rider did try to shoot at Mystique, but she used Shape Change and managed to avoid that. He then in turn shot at Blob and dealt 1 damage to him. Iceman followed up by hitting Mystique for 3, going through her Shape Change and finishing her off. Namor did attack and hit the Blob. Now with the Blob's extra layers of fat ability, that damage was reduced again to 1. Beast rested, and that ended the Defender's turn. Blob did try to hit the Beast, but he couldn't manage to land the blow. With no more Brotherhood members left, that ended the Brotherhood's turn. This being the last turn, all the Defenders attacked Blob, and all of them hit except for Iceman, but all their damage values were reduced to 1 because of his extra layers of fat, so Blob actually survived. The Blob missed his final and last attack, and here we see him screaming in rage that he wasn't able to go for a swim even though he brought his best swim trunks. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, see you next time.